One very obscure fact about Chris O'Neill is that he's a full-on Marxist-Leninist communist. Most of his cartoons have extremely subtle Marxist undertones that are only seen with close examination. However, 2013's Potato Salad is probably the most explicit with this sentiment. Potato Salad, on the surface, is about two long-lost brothers finally meeting for the first time and sharing this amazing life-changing moment over potato salad. This short masterpiece is actually about the social relations between the proletariat and the bourgeois. Stamper's character represents the proletariat, a simple common man lower-class worker, enjoying potato salad that we assume he made himself. Rice Pirate, also known as Mick, represents the bourgeois. Mick walks right up to the prole's door, in a clever guise that is meant to be the reflection of the wants and needs of the proletariat working class.
Stamper! I am your brother!
May I come in?
But I don't have a brother. I've always wanted one.
The bourgeois disguises themselves by attempting to appeal to the common man by looking exactly like them. This gives the illusion that there is a mutually beneficial relationship between the two classes. However, this is to further condition and program consent of exploitation out of the proletariat. Stamper allowing Mick into the house shows that ruling class propaganda is fooling the proletariat. When both Mick and Stamper are eating the potato salad, Stamper elaborates that he made it himself. However, the preceding shot is that of store-packed potato salad. In the master shot of the film, there was no evidence indicating that this was previously bought and procured potato salad. The massive wall of potato salad indicates the bourgeois invasion, clear ownership over the means of production. With this established, we come to find out that the potato salad itself is the symbol of the means of production. The current way of life for Stamper's character is now being contested as the bourgeois are attempting to sugarcoat his exploitation. The first issue prevalent in Mick is the massive amount of money that he has while trying to get out the note to prove his legitimacy in the family tree. Stamper pays no mind to this, as he is more entranced by the second half of the note. This note itself is how the knot is tied between the oppressor and oppressed dichotomy here. The two are overly excited in celebrating until the true nature of Mick's character is revealed.
You just don't get it, do you?
No!
In the film, he is a However, we all know what this really means. Mick had already co-opted the use of the means of production, and now feels that he can be explicit in his exploitative actions against the working class. The clandestinence of the ruling class is now gone, and the working class are now maintained under a very arbitrary social hierarchy by burglor.
Stamper!
Makes a very conscious decision by using direct action and revolutionary violence as opposed to vanguardism. Stamper is enacting revolutionary praxis, now that he's completely privy to all the bourgeois propaganda and seeks to end his exploitation. However, Stamper is confronted with another ruse set up by Mick. Mick leaves a note for Stamper, saying that he is only testing to see if he would have loved him if he was a burglar.
Love Mick. Your bro.
Mick was previously successful in winning the trust of the proles by propagating undeserving trust between the two classes. The note left symbolizes the nostalgia for the bygone era after the oppressor class has been wiped from society temporarily. However, this is just very clever liberal reformist propaganda presented by Mick. During times of crisis, sympathy for the ruling class are often justified due to desperation and small changes in the status quo that can feel the hearts of many and minds of the common man. Unfortunately for our protagonist, he falls for the liberal propaganda and appropriately offs himself. The carcass on the bourgeois lays still on the floor, but is not truly dead. The shell of his character will re-emerge as something more appealing to the lower class and will exploit them again soon enough. This new form will be stained by the blood from the proletariat it has and will continue to exploit. The potato salad also emerges onto the bald-ass heads of both Mick and Stamper as an analog to who controls the means of production and how wealth is distributed in this society. OneyNG's short film depicts a brutal and defeatist view of how class relations would play out in a modern-day revolution, but remains hopeful by lacing his work with anti-capitalist undertones in each of every video he makes. Here's an example.
Hello, I'm a boy, and I like playing with my toy. If you want to buy my toy, I'll fucking kill you.
In our current hyper-consumerist neoliberal nightmare, OneyNG is a modern-day Vladimir Lenin looking to end the exploitation of the working class by drawing these fucking weird cartoons.